if anything, this INEC has been very, very unfair to the APC. But we just discovered that you have a responsibility. The fact that we are a governing party, it puts on us a certain level of code that we can't afford to want to be seen to rubbish all institutions. Because if we rubbish everything, then your sponsored question will then be the issue that we don't want election. And they believe everything, and PDP said, as we speak, there are 2 recs in the South who are virtually campaigning line by line with PDP. As we speak, in the South, 2 resident electoral commissioners. INEC, without giving us any explanation and without any concrete evidence, went ahead to say that we cannot conduct elections in Zamfara. We can't field candidates in Zamfara State, thereby seeking to award, without any contest, nullify democracy in Zamfara State. Is that the way your friends behave, if they are our friends? INEC is working more for PDP, based on evidence I can show. How can they explain that a court of competent jurisdiction gave orders in Zamfara to say, these candidates are eligible to contest election? Another high court in Abuja also gave a verdict saying APC did not conclude its primaries. But he didn't give any order to INEC. There is no order issued by the Abuja High Court to INEC. This matter was pronounced upon today by the Court of Appeal, that there is no order from Abuja High Court. But there is a concrete existing order from a Zamfara High Court, which upheld the primaries that were conducted in Zamfara. The INEC chairman had said, when there are 2 judgments, they will adopt the last judgment. In Zamfara State, the Abuja judgment came first. The Zamfara judgment came last, even though it is the same day. If something happened at 10 a.m., another thing happened at 4 p.m., which one come last? Even if it's the same day, do you have difficulties in knowing which one came first or which one came last? Much as the INEC has said they always obey the last court order, when it came to Zamfara, they changed the goalpost. So for anybody to suggest, and you have to be careful as media, you do have responsibilities. When you say, people say there is collusion, there are meetings, and you can't even cite any, that's a disservice to your profession. Because the day you reduce the mainstream media to the same level as the anonymous social media, it is the end of the beginning. We have been at the receiving end of abuse. There is a candidate in Kano whose nomination we forwarded to INEC. INEC changed the nomination. And as we speak, we're in court. We showed our evidence. I don't want to divert the primary purpose of this press conference. But if you are taking these PDP unsubstantiated allegations, today they will threaten the boycott election, the vote rigging. When I saw an article today talking about rigging, I asked, before God, I will take the Bible, and I asked you to take the Quran. Do any of you, do you remember the confessions of the former Deputy Senate President, Senator Matu, who was Deputy Senate President, who on channel television, not social media, that might say, anything is possible, on channel television, narrated how President Obasanjo used he and Atiku, because they were working together, don't forget, Atiku was vice president, and he was truly the vice. How they were rigging election, how they write result, how they collude with INEC. You don't remember that? Now, this same Atiku as vice president was in office when Mato was doing those things. So if PDP functionaries had enumerated how they used to rig election. How can you, in all fairness, point to President Muhammadu Buhari, who has been victim of election rigging 3 times before he got the 4th one? Such that in our Nigeria history now, it's part of our legal precedent that the Supreme Court was even persuaded to accept that election in which there were no ballot papers had no serial numbers, that it was not a major infraction. When everybody knows they're able to buy fuel in the petrol station, right? The receipt, we have a folio number. So please, for God's sake, don't go put Nigeria before every settlement.
Just this last question.
Yes.
At the moment,